Hi, welcome to this wonderful class, a little bit different than what I normally do. So this class today is going to be a yoga and Pilates mat work fusion style class. So I'm taking kind of some of the things that we know and like from a yoga practice and some of the things that we know and like from a Pilates practice and putting them together in one big movement practice. So prop wise, all you'll need today are a block or two. You might need those in some of the yoga poses, but they're mainly to help you with transitions if you need that for balance. And then we will use a strap close to the end to help us stretch really well. So if you don't have an official yoga strap, remember you can use a belt, you can use a band, a dog leash, anything like that will work to help you out. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start seated, and I'm seated up on a folded blanket here. So if you're tighter in the hips, if you sit up, and you can use this on a block as well, sitting up on your block like this. And all that does is allows your hips to be a little bit higher than the knees. So it can be a little bit more comfortable to sit if you're tighter that way. And you can always be crisscross applesauce or legs forward. It is your choice. But find a nice tall spine. So can ears, shoulders, hips all be in that alignment? Can you zip up from the pubic bone behind the navel, belly button in, slight tuck in the chin? And we'll begin our practice right here. So just bringing that awareness into the breath, into the body. So again, is there anywhere that you could soften a little bit more? Maybe through the face, the shoulders, maybe the hips. I have a tendency to grip my hips a little bit when I sit, so that reminder is always helpful for me. And bringing that awareness back into the breath. What is that breath like? Is it calm, rapid, smooth, choppy, anxious? Do you breathe with the shoulders? Do you breathe with the belly? Do you have an expansion of that rib cage on your inhale? Good. And then from here again, relaxing, softening a little bit more from head to toe. My hips are really grippy today. And then zip up a little bit taller as we breathe. We want that nice energy flow from crown to tail here. So as we inhale through the nose, can you find expansion of the rib cage? Maybe pausing for a moment. And then slowly exhale. Now I'm exhaling out through my mouth. You can choose to exhale out through your nose, whatever works. Big inhale, expand and hold. Slowly let it out. One more time, big inhale, expand and hold. Slowly let it out. Good. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen nice and tall, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. So this is a fusion class. So one of those fusions is yoga. So we'll set an intention here. What would you like to give, receive? Maybe you'd like to dedicate this practice to someone or something. So compassion has been my go-to lately. So that's compassion for self, compassion for other people. A lot of crazy things going on. Maybe that's compassion for those that were affected by Hurricane Ida. Maybe it's those still impacted by the COVID pandemic. Maybe the fires out west. refugees. And from here, once you have that set, inhale, take it up, turning palms away, growing taller from crown to tail as you take those arms down. Good. Let's take our arms out to the side here. We're just going to open up the shoulders a little bit more. So my palms are facing the ceiling, and I'm just going to try to find some rotation here. Now, those of you that watch me know that I've got a kind of a bummy left shoulder. A lot of times it tends to be the one that gets injured or stays injured. So if you notice, when I'm doing this rotation, I have more rotation on this arm, and I have a little bit less from the shoulder on this one. So I tend to compensate that a little bit at the elbow. So just kind of notice your habit pattern. And there's different reasons for it. And then from here, palms come up. We're going to take the hands to the shoulders, taking the elbows forward and back, and forward and back. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades as you take it back. Try to squeeze the elbows together if you can into the front. Now keep your rib cage down, so we don't want to pop the chest forward and we don't want to round to make this motion work. So use your core muscles, zipping up from the pubic bone to behind the navel. Find that support. Good. You can stay with that. You can add some circles here maybe. Good. And then maybe in the opposite direction. And then coming to what I like to call chicken wings. So maybe taking the elbows out and you're just lifting and lowering. Your baby chicken wings. Staying with your breath. Good. And then from here, you can just release, final little shake, shake it, shake it, shake it, and we'll come down. Good. Let's go into a body wave here real quick. So taking your arms out to the side, big inhale, exhale, I'm going to round and I'm going to reach and I'm scooping that belly button in. Inhale, I'm taking it back, pressing back, opening that heart towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And exhale and round. And inhale, open that heart. And round. Good. Good. From here, coming back center, inhale, reach. Exhale, taking a side bend towards the left. Reach, reach, reach here. Find that expansion in the rib cage. And then you can choose your path. So you can stay here, you can come out. You can bend that elbow, coming a little bit deeper, so long as sits bones are still grounded. Maybe you want to open up towards the ceiling, really get that stretch through that armpit and that bicep region. Or maybe you want to try that C curve roll in. Forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Belly button is in. Always options. And then inhale and lengthen. Exhale, engage. Inhale, exhale, go right into that other side. Breathe and expand. Good. And then from here, you choose your path. You can stay here. You can come out. You can side bend deeper. You can open that heart towards the ceiling. Or maybe you want that C curve roll. Find what you need. Noticing it's okay if you have to do it differently on one side than you do in the other. And inhale and lengthen. Exhale, using those obliques coming all the way back up. Inhale, exhale, gentle twist towards the left. Roll those shoulders back a little bit more with that back shoulder, maybe looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. Remember, no cranking of the spine here. Inhale left, exhale center. Inhale, exhale, take that to the other side. Hands down, rolling that shoulder back, maybe looking a little bit more behind you. Inhale, exhale, coming back. Reach, 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 and come down. Good. We're going to go right into tabletop here. So we're going to do a little bit of spine prep here. I'm just going to move my blanket out of the way. We're going to come into a little bit of Pilates prep here as well. So from here, I'm going to spread my fingers nice and wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb. Good. My knees are about hip width apart. If you've got some low back issues, you might be more comfortable if your knees are slightly wider than that. But from here, shoulders are over, slightly behind the wrist. I'm drawing up and in. I'm pressing that mat away. Big inhale, shine that heart forward, tip that pelvis back. Nice cow pose. Exhale, really round. Maybe take your gaze to your belly button. Nice cow. Sorry, cat pose. Good. Inhale into cow. Good. They both start with a C. And exhale into cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. From here, we're going to go right into some core work. So I'm going to start by just lengthening my right leg back. So I'm looking down at that left foot, and I'm pressing into the big toe and the pinky toe mound, trying to find some evenness there. Maybe that right hip needs to drop slightly, and I'm going to kind of put a little micro bend in my elbows here just so that they're not locked. My belly button is in. Good. So just getting that little stretchy. Good. Inhale, come forward. You can have a toe tap, a small hover, or a hip height lift. Toe, knee, and hip of that leg are facing down. Left arm's going to come forward. Good. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to tap 3 times. We're going to tap once, engage and lift, twice, engage and lift, 3 times, engage and lift. 3 times round center. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach, 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 and we'll take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So we're going to here, but anytime during class, whether it's from being in down dog for a while or plank or what have you, if you get a little wristy, remember you can always drop down and cupcake the fingertips. So you're coming up onto the fingertips here. That decompresses the wrist a little bit. Just remember that if you are taking cupcake fingertips, when you are ready to weight bear, you want to come all the way down onto the hands. We don't want to weight bear up on the fingertips. And if you make that mistake and forget, you'll know why, because it will not be comfortable in the slightest. So from here, going right into the other side. Good. Left foot comes back. I'm pressing evenly into the big toe and pinky toe mound. I'm letting that left hip drop slightly. I've got a little micro bend in my elbows here. My belly button is in. And I'm breathing. Maybe coming back to that intention. Did you choose compassion for others, compassion for self, a combination? Did you choose something else entirely? And then from here, moving forward just a little bit. Good. So a toe tap, a toe hover, a hip height lift, toes, knees, and hips face the ground. Right arm's going to come forward. Good. Here's that little lengthen tap. Here's 1 and lift. 2, lift. Squeeze the glute, engage the core. 3, good. Here's the round. Big inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And we'll take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now we're going to take that up a notch. We're going to alternate this sunbird. So it'll look like this, taking it long, taking it down, going right into the other side. So it is a bit of a balance challenge. If you do this too fast, you might lose your balance and feel like you're going to fall over. So this is a good one. It works the core in both the front and back side of the body. You're getting a little stretch here if you're focusing on that length. Of course, there's the balance challenge, a little bit of proprioception challenge. Where is your body in space? Or your sense of where the body is in space. Good. One more time each side. Good. And we'll take that back. Find a nice child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not. If you're going into the extended child's pose, arms are long in front of you. Maybe a forehead comes to the mat or to the ground. Traditional child's pose, hands are back by the ankles. And this is also a good one too, if your shoulders are really tight and not yet ready for extended child's pose. So breathe and expand that rib cage. Draw up from the pubic bone to behind the navel, belly button in. Think about your zipping up your favorite pair of pants that are just a little bit too tight. And then from here, when you're ready, we're going to move forward. From your tabletop, we're going to come right into a downward facing dog. So if you're taller, maybe a half a hand's width forward or a full hand's width forward. I'm going to take my hands just a little bit more forward today. Tucking the toes, I'm going to lift and I'm going to shift. As I shift, I'm pressing my hands in and forward into the mat. I'm still rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. My head and neck are free. My shoulders are plugged in. Maybe elbows are turning inward slightly. Looking down at my feet, can you once again press evenly into the big toe and pinky toe mounds? Our hip bones, knees, ankles, and toes, tracking in that alignment. Maybe you want to start to lengthen here. Maybe you need to keep a little bend in the knees. Good. Maybe you want to walk your dog. Bending one knee, lengthening the other. Some people like to come high on the toes and drop the heels. It does not matter. You find what works for you. Stillness is always an option. You don't have to move. And recheck in with that breath. So I love doing my half ujjayi pranayama here, that victorious ocean breath, or the full. Good. Inhale, look forward, bend those knees, walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. We're going to inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Fingers can come to the floor if you can reach. You've got blocks, you can come there as well, or the shins or the thighs. So operate where you need to operate. And exhale and bow. Keeping a bend in the knees always if you're really tight in the hamstrings, the hips, or that low back. And then from here, rooting through the feet, engaging through the glutes, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. We're going to warm up here through some nice yogi sun salutations. So coming to the top of the mat. Good. My feet are not together. My feet are about hip width apart. Hips, knees, and toes are going to face forward. Soft knees, soft tailbone, soft heart. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank pose. Knees can be lifted or grounded. If you're lifted, can you press back through the heels? Really press that mat away. Good. And then from here, some of you are going to drop your knees first, or maybe you shift forward slightly. Wherever you are, can you try not to collapse through the shoulders as you lower down with control? Good. Untucking the toes. I'm going to take my hands a little bit forward and a little bit to the side of my shoulders here. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the low body. Belly button is in. Pubic bone is into the mat. Shoulders are back. And then maybe we lift. Baby cobra. Try not to crunch through the spine. We'll lower again. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Maybe you stay in the baby. Maybe you come a little higher. Again, notice how my shoulders are not by my ears and I'm not hanging and collapsing in my low back. I'm still supported. And then maybe we lower down. One more time. Maybe you're in the baby. Maybe you're a little bit higher. Maybe you're higher. Some of you have it and want it. Maybe you tuck the toes, lift up into your full upward facing dog. Watch your shoulders, watch your back. I do mine on the tops of my feet. You can also be on your toes. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully lowering back down. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yoga practitioners can tuck the toes, push up into a plank, shift back down dog. Everyone else may follow me through a tabletop position. Good. Lifting up into your downward facing dog. Good. Breathe. Come back to intention. Notice how the body's starting to feel the more that we move. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Soft tailbone, soft heart, soft knees. Maybe a softer mind. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip a flow. So I'm still doing a modified flow here with my shoulder. You're free to follow me through those or take the full if that's in your practice. Good. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip a flow. Taking a good breath. Good. And then from here, from your downward facing dog, we're just going to drop our knees. Good. I'm going to cross my ankles. I'm going to come back. Good. And we're going to take a roll down here right onto our backs. We're going to do some Pilates work. So from here, knees can be bent or legs can be long. I'm going to take out this hair clip here. Good. Arms are nice and long in front of you. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm going to curve it back. I'm really scooping. And I'm trying as much as possible to have control. So remember, if you've got inflexibilities in the spine, weaknesses in the core like I do right there, we're going to go down a little bit faster in those parts. And when you get there, maybe just take the knees into the chest and rock, rock, rock. Good. We're going to take our feet down here, rolling our shoulders back. Reach your arms long beside you from shoulders to fingertips. Maybe roll the shoulders under a little bit here. Get a good base of support. Find that safe neutral. So the tailbone is heavy and connected, low rib cage is heavy and connected. Your pubic bone and your hip bones are in that same plane, or as best as you can get them. And then from here, hips, knees, and toes will track. I'm going to press into my feet, and I'm just going to lift my hips up towards the ceiling. I'm still reaching from shoulders to fingertips here. And then from here, I'm just going to lower those hips back down. Good. If that's good for you, stay there. Those of you that want to add on, this time we're going to rock the pelvis back, peeling up one vertebrae at a time. Good. So remember, in these bridges, your body will let you know when you should not come up any higher, but try to keep the pelvis even. And then starting from the mid-back, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. See if you can create just a little bit more length with each vertebrae that you lower as you come back into your safe neutral. Good. We're going to add on, rocking it back, peeling it up, reach, reach, reach. Good. From here, we're going to lower the hips halfway, squeeze those glutes and lift. And we'll lower for 2, squeeze and lift. Lower 3, squeeze and lift. 4, squeeze and lift. 5, squeeze and lift. 6, squeeze and lift. Could we go 7, squeeze and lift, or 8, squeeze and lift, lift, lift. And lower that down. Singly, just lowering the hips or one vertebrae at a time, as I am doing here. Good. And finding that length. Good. Maybe knees need to come into the chest here for a moment. Rock, rock, side to side. Good. And then from here, just taking those feet back down to the ground. Good. So those of you that are more of a beginner Pilates student, I would like for you to keep your feet grounded here as we do these chest lifts. Those of you that have more experience, maybe taking knees into the chest. Everyone will find that neutral spine here. So remember, knees in tabletop, knees are over the hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. Arms are going to come up. Zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, nodding the chin. Belly button is in. We're going to lift. We're going to reach long and low. My gaze is right between my thighs. Even if your feet are low, that's where your gaze is. Inhale and lift. Exhale, lower that down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're going to stay up there. We're going to go right into our hundreds. Inhale. Exhale. Take it long and low. Start pumping here from the shoulders. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift higher and reach deeper. Woo. And exhale, take that down. Take those knees into the chest. And we'll rock, rock, rock side to side. Good. All right, let's come into a little bit of a twisty here. Just gonna make sure that this blanket is out of my way. Knees in, back into that tabletop. Everyone will come here. Arms will come out to the side in the T, rolling the shoulders back. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm gonna take my knees over towards my right. I wanna try and keep the left shoulder grounded as I look to my left. Breathing and expanding that rib cage. Remember, in a twist, if you can't expand the rib cage, you're too deep into the twist. It feels so good. And then when you're ready, head will come back to center. So those of you that are newer or have maybe some issues, maybe you take one leg at a time back to center. Everyone else, you can engage your abs to help you bring your knees back to center. Do a little wiggle, wiggle here. Just let that low back reset itself. And then when you're ready, we're going to take those knees over to the left, trying to keep right shoulder grounded. Move my hair clip out of the way. Good. And then maybe looking to the right. Breathing and expanding. Good. Feeling good here. And then head can come back to center. Good. One leg at a time, or use your abs to come back to center. And we're going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. From here, we're going to come into a transition. So those of you with back issues or newer, I would like for you to roll over to your side, come to a seat. Those of you that are okay in your spine, you can cross at the ankles coming up here and maybe rocking yourself forward right into tabletop position. Good. So from your tabletop position, we're going to go right back into that downward facing dog. So let me get my hair clip here. Good. And then once you have made it to your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, and intention. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. From the bow, step or hop back into plank pose. You choose. Take or skip that flow. Good. Coming back into your down dog. From your downward facing dog, left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, keeping a strong, even upper body. Just open that left leg out to the side. Kind of think about a fire hydrant pose. Maybe rolling that ankle around. Maybe you want to circle that hip around. Good. And then from here, inhale, exhale. We'll take that foot back down. Good. Going into the other side, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. open to the right, strong, even upper body here. Think about a squaring off of the shoulders a little bit. You can circle the ankle. You can circle the hip. Find what works best for you. We're still tight in the core here. You're going into a little bit of rotation. And then from here, inhale, exhale, taking that down. Good, whenever you're ready. Going back into the left leg. Inhale, bending that knee. Exhale, round, step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Good. I'm going to ground down my back knee. I'm going to make sure that knee is behind the hip, not directly underneath it. I'm going to plant my right hand to the floor to a block, drawing up, and then I'm going to rotate and open towards the left. And then I'm going to take that hand down, left hand on the outside of the left foot. I'm going to open and rotate towards the right. Notice how it feels on one side and the other, and then taking that back down. Good. Lifting that back knee. I'm going to plant the hands, front foot's going to step back. You choose, take or skip a flow. So remember, flowing is always optional. So if you do need to skip them, skip them. From downward facing dog, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. I'm going to lower down that left knee now, making sure it's behind that hip. Good. Left hand's going to come to a block or to the floor. I'm going to open to my right, taking it down, planting the right hand on the outside of the right foot, opening to the left, taking that hand down. Good. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Yeah. From downward facing dog, whenever you're ready, let's lift that left leg once more, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. I'm going to warrior prep this back foot. So a heel to heel, heel to arch, you're taking this leg out a little bit wider. Find the alignment that works best for you on this side. Using blocks to help you with stability if you need to. Rise, finding a warrior two. Good. So I'm just going to pull up my pants here. Good. Finding that warrior two. So front hip's going to come back a little bit. Back hip's going to come forward. Watch that hip, knee, and toe tracking. So your toes shouldn't be turning in here or turning out here. They should all be tracking in that same direction. Maybe one day shoulders and hips can be in alignment here. Can you press to the outer edge of that back foot? Zip up still from pubic bone to behind the navel. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to lengthen my front leg and I'm going to take it back into an exalted. I'm rooting my feet into the mat like I'm trying to rip it apart. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. From here, I'm going to take my hands behind. You can clasp them. You can just rest them here. You can press down and open up that chest. Inhale, exhale, I'm hinging forward. I'm pressing back to that back foot. Humble warrior variation. If you're taking this, remember you can always put a hand down for support if you need that. Inhale, exhale, coming back up. I'm going to lengthen that front leg. I'm going to release my hands, coming back. Nice, exalted warrior. Inhale, exhale, warrior two, coming into extended side angle. So I'm pressing through this back foot. I'm lengthening here. Remember, this is not a forward fold. So you want the length in the torso. You can take a forearm to the thigh. You can take a hand to the ground, inside or outside. Outside, I like better for beginners because it helps you learn how to open up a little bit better. So really open up that chest. Maybe look up towards that hand. Maybe you want to take that hand long over the ear. Feel that nice, intense length down the side body. Inhale, looking down at that front foot. Good. I'm going to take my hand to my waist. I'm going to lengthen, and I'm going to come out of there. Exalted. From here, when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, I'm just going to leave that front leg lengthened. Good. And we're going to come into triangle here. I'm a little bit wide in a different alignment for triangle than what I want today. So I'm going to take this back leg in just a little bit here. Good. And I'm bringing it back a little bit more to where I'm a little bit more heel to arch alignment for my triangle today. So always play with your alignments. Different people need different things, and you might find something different on this side than you will on the other side. So rooting my feet in, my front hip's going to come back, my back hip's going to come forward. Keep softness in the front knee. We don't want it to be locked. Again, we're finding length here. Length, length, length. When you can come no more with your length, find a thigh, a shin, a block, the floor, a yogi toe. You choose. I don't think I need a block today, so I'm just going to open. Think about a stacking of the shoulders. Can you still think about opening up that chest? Good. So really root your feet in and make your muscles work. Remember, stability over flexibility. If you're not making your muscles work here, you're just hanging in your flexibility. And then from here, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Good. Finding warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale. Let's cartwheel that down. Planting the hands, swiveling up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip the flow. Noticing how you're feeling on one side and the other. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, we're going to lift that right leg, bending that right knee. Same thing on this side. I'm just going to turn around here so that you get a better view. Maybe I should say that. Bending that knee round. Step or pick up and put that right foot forward between the hands. Or you'll prep that back foot heel to arch a little bit wider. Find stability first as you rise. Finding warrior two. Good. So again, watch that hip tracking. Front hip will come back hip will come forward a smidge. Release the shoulders. Again, maybe one day shoulders and hips can come into alignment with each other. Can you press back to the back edge of the back foot? Inhale, exhale. I'm just going to lengthen that front leg, taking it back, exalted. Reach, reach, reach it up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Good. Taking hands behind. You can clasp them there. You can just leave them there. You can press down. You can roll the shoulders back and lift. Humble warrior variation. I'm pressing through that back foot. My belly button is in. I'm going to fold in. Try not to let shoulders creep towards the ears. Inhale, exhale, carefully coming out of there. I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to release. And I'm going to come back exalted once more. Good. Again, still think about rooting those feet into the mat. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Good. Setting yourselves up here for that extended side angle. So remember, pressing through the back foot. I'm lengthening, 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 lengthening. When I can come no more, and you can put a little bit more bend in this knee. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Hand or shoulder can come to a thigh. You can bring in your block here, inside or outside. Good. And then from here, I'm just going to open. Good. So remember, just because the front knee is bent here, we don't want to dump all of our weight there. Try to even it out by pressing into that back edge of the foot. You can stay here looking up at that hand. Maybe you want to try that nice length again. Inhale. Exhale, looking down at that front foot. I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to take it back exalted. Good. Inhale. Exhale, coming up. So again, where do you need to be for your triangle? Are you okay where you are? Or are you like me and you need to make a little bit of a change? So I'm a little bit wider than what I like on this side. So I'm going to bring this back leg in just a little bit here. Good. So now I'm a little bit more heel to arch alignment. My front hip's going to come back. My back hip's going to come forward. I'm rooting my feet in like I'm trying to rip that mat apart. Soft front knee. Again, I'm lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. When I can lengthen no more, you can take a hand to a thigh, a shin, a block, the floor. I don't think I need it on this side, so I'm just going to let my hand come where it wants. And then I'm just going to open here. Good. Again, think about the stacking of the shoulders. And remember, this is also a balance and a power move. So yes, we do take the hand down. In the beginning, it is about stability there. But as you become stronger, all it does is just make the pose pretty. So you should be able to be here and not have to rely on this hand to hold you up. So this is, again, is why we build stability and strength and don't hang in our flexibility. Looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee, find warrior two. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel it down, plant the hand, step the foot back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one myself. And from this downward facing dog, I'm going to inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and maybe I just hop or step forward and find another seat. Okay. So as we come to the seat, we're going to come down here again, and we're going to do another little set of Pilates core work. So from here, with knees bent, holding on, arms long or legs long, zip it up, big inhale, exhale, really C, curve, and scoop. C, curve, and scoop. Good. So again, I did not make the good choice today wearing that hair clasp. It should have been a ponytail day. Good. So from here, when you're ready, you can take your knees into your chest here for a moment if that would feel good to you. We're going to go into the series of 5. So there is some Pilates knowledge assumed here with the neutral spine and the form. Go at your pace. If 4 is all you can do, stop there. I will count off to 10. Okay. So if 10 is not your magic number, you take breaks where you need to take them. So we're going to start with single leg stretch. So we'll start back into that tabletop position. Good. Finding your neutral spine. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale and reach. Exhale, C, curve it up. Good. I'm going to take my left hand to the top of my right knee. My right hand is on the outside of that ankle. And let me just switch here. So now I've got my right hand on top of the knee. Left hand is on the side of that ankle. And this helps with alignment. And we're going to reach and switch. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, don't let the pelvis rock, and 7, and 8, really reach, and 9, and 10. Whew. Take it down, legs up, straight, single straight leg stretch, arms up, big inhale, exhale, grabbing behind that left leg, right leg's going to come long, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it in, take it down, keep your knees into the chest, double leg stretch. Inhale, exhale, C curve, knees are in. Here we go. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Taking that down. Legs back up. Double straight leg stretch. I'm going to do this one in a Pilates V today. So my heels are going to be connected. Hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out maybe about a fist width apart between the 2 big toes. Some of you will sit on your hands. Some of you are going to keep the upper body grounded. Some of you are going to C curve it up with me. Big inhale. Exhale. Take it up. Lower to your limit and lift once. 2, 3. Watch that neutral. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. Bring in those knees. We're back to tabletop for crisscross. Hands behind the head. Remember, we're leading with the shoulder and the rib cage, not with the elbow. Inhale, exhale, reach and twist. And 2, and 3, 4, hips are still on the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Take that in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Let's take the soles of the feet together here too. And just get a supine Baddha Konasana, supine cobbler's pose while we're here. Nice little inner thigh stretchy. Good. And then from here, whenever you're ready, we're going to come up to a balance challenge. So some of you are going to roll over to your side, coming into that tabletop position. Others are going to cross at the ankles, grab the ankle, see curving up, take a few rolls, and rolling all the way up back to your all fours. Good. From here, when you're ready from the all fours position, take your legs back, step back into your downward facing dog. Good. So remember, you're pressing in and forward into the mat. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking here. Elbows are turning in slightly. Shoulders in their pockets. Belly button is in. Head and neck are free. Always check in with good form. And then from here, big inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forwards. Meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. Great job. So from here, we're going to go into just a basic tree pose. Good. So if you are on a softer surface, just know that you can always stand on a little bit of a harder surface. So it'll be a little bit more stable. It's a little bit harder on a softer surface. So just kind of know that. And you can always come to a wall or a steady piece of furniture if you need that to help you with balance as well. So I'm going to start. My left leg is going to be my supporting leg. I'm just going to start right here. Good. Find a little bit more stability for myself. Good. Hip, knee, and toe are going to track forward. Softness in that left knee. Good. So option 1, maybe you come to the kickstand here. Okay. So heel is on the shin, right up above the ankle, and your toes are grounded. Hips, knees, and toes are turning out a little bit here. Even here, could you think about pressing into the big toe and the heel mound and lifting up out of the hip? So kind of sinking in the hip, lifting out of the hip. Be lifted. So option 2 is coming to the calf muscle. Good. Again, I'm pressing into that foot. I'm lifting out of the hip. Option 3, you can take your foot on the inside of this thigh here. We'll see if I can do it today. Looks like I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Woo. Doesn't want to stay there, so I'm just going to make myself a little bit safer and be right here. Just make sure you're not on your knee joint. Good. Again, lift up out of the hip. Yes, it's harder, but then guess what? You're not hanging in flexibility. You're not hanging in your joints. You're making those muscles work to support you. And then whenever you're ready, you can carefully come out of there and shake out that supporting leg. Maybe you need a few little ankle rolls here. So the stronger the hip gets, for most people, that burning sensation back here should be less and less, because then knees and ankles aren't compensating anymore for what the hip is not doing. So coming onto the right side, hip, knee, and toe, face forward, keep this knee nice and soft, zip up, and go ahead and press out of that hip if you can now, pressing into the big toe mound and the heel mound. Maybe you're kickstanding it. Maybe you're going to be at the calf. Maybe you're going to take that heel and foot to the thigh, which I know I'm not going to be able to do on this side. So I'm just going to stay right here. Again, press into the heel, press into the big toe mound, lifting out of that hip. Relax the shoulders, soft breath. And then whenever you're ready, carefully come out of there, Shake out that supporting leg and roll out that foot. Good. We are going to flow and make our way back to the ground where we will stay for the rest of our class. So reset blocks here if you need them to help you with stability or bringing the floor up higher to you. Good. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop. That's a plank pose you choose. Take or skip, maybe the last flow of this class. Good, and then from your downward facing dog, we can just drop the knees, cross the ankles, and come back to a seat. Good, so we're gonna come back into a Pilates back move here. So this is called spine stretch forward. Now I'm going to come into an anterior tilt of the pelvis, meaning hip bones are rocking forward, tailbone is coming back. Some people need to be lifted up on that blanket or pillow. I'm a lot more open than I was in the beginning, so I don't need that right now, but always bring that in if you do. Hamstring people, remember to keep some softness in the knees. But from here, I'm going to take my arms forward. Kind of have the visual that you're the anchor in a tug of war game. So you've got that rope wrapped around you, and you're kind of letting yourself fold over that rope. So it's not a hip hinge here. It's a nice C curve roll. Okay, so from here, whenever you're ready, arms forward, we're zipping up, and I'm really taking that belly button in as I round, and I'm round, and I round, and I round, and I round forward. I'm folding over that rope. My gaze is to my knees or my inner thighs. And when I can come no more, starting from that tailbone, belly button in. Think about that articulation, one vertebrae at a time. Or another visual, think about you're pressing one vertebrae at a time, coming up onto a wall. Good, nice tall spine. Inhale, exhale, belly button is in. Spine stretch forward. And then pressing back. Good, coming up. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, really, really, really round. And then taking it all the way back up with the breath. And relax. And just relax. Good. From here, I'm going to turn and face this way. So again, find that anterior tilt of the pelvis, tailbone back, hip bones rock forward. And think about maybe not coming out to your absolute widest. So maybe about 85, 90-ish% your widest. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track towards the ceiling here again. Tight hamstring people, keep some softness in your knees. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, we're going to hinge and fold forward. Now you're hinging from the hips. Good, just come to your limit. I like to take my hands down. Some people like to grab the shins, the foot, the yogi toe. All of those are fine. But notice your legs. Did they turn inward when you folded forward? And if they did, back off your fold a little bit, take them back towards the ceiling, and then see if you can come back into it. Breathe and expand into that back body, coming back to that intention. And then compassion for self, compassion for other people. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward. Exhale, we're going to walk that back up. Good. I'm going to take my right foot into my thigh. Now, the more advanced version of this, the legs stay wide, but we're going to come into this one today. I'm going to keep it a little bit more gentle. Good. So some of you are going to do different things. Some of you are just going to get a side bend here. That's what you need. Some of you are going to follow me with a twist and a fold. So choose the option that works best for you. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, get that side bend, or follow me, twisting to the left, folding over that left leg. Once more, breathe and expand into that back body. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, carefully come back up, coming back to center. I'm going to switch out my legs. Good. Find your anterior tilt again if you lost it. And then from here, big inhale. On an exhale, you choose, get a side bend or follow me, rotate and fold. Good, and then whenever you're ready, big inhale, exhale, come out of there and come back to center. Great work. From here, I'm just gonna take my feet towards the end of my mat. Good. While I'm here, I'm gonna reach for my strap. So we're gonna come into our stretch sequence here and just a short little relaxation before we end our class. So from here, again, doing that roll down, you can bend the knees or legs long, big inhale, exhale, see, curve it down with control, good. And then when you come down there, good. Maybe find just a little bit of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Find a little bit of comfort. And then we're gonna take trusty strap. And I'm gonna start on my left leg because that's the leg that's closest to you. Good. And so I've got that strap around the center part of the foot. Find the grip that is appropriate for your range of motion. Your right knee can be bent or the leg can be extended long, be where you're okay. And then from here, just let that leg come in towards the face. Keep softness in the knee here. Think about a little bit of length in the torso. Good, and then from here, carefully release. Good, I'm gonna take both straps into the right, this is my left hand. Good, both hips are gonna be grounded here as the both shoulders. So I'm just gonna let this leg come out towards the left. So if your right hip is popping up, your leg is too far out to the left. Take it up a little higher. Let your hip settle. If you want something extra, you can tug in towards that shoulder. Inhale, exhale, bringing that back up. Good, right leg will come long if you had it bent. Take both straps now into the right hand. Good, and you choose. You can arc over 45 degrees with a long leg or a bent knee. You might have to move that leg around for you to find your sweet spot. Otherwise, you can take that leg over, keeping it in line with the hip. Try not to let it flop willy-nilly on the floor. I'm trying to keep my left shoulder grounded here. I'm breathing and I'm expanding. Good, and then from here, whenever you're ready, inhale, exhale, coming all the way back up. Good, I'm just gonna do a midair switcheroo here. So I'm just gonna switch out my left foot with my right foot. Left leg can be bent or extended long and strong, you choose. Find a grip, a strap in each hand that's appropriate for you on the side. Good, and then just bring that leg in towards the face. Keep softness in your right knee. Can you find length and engagement in the torso? And then when you're ready, we'll release. Good. Both straps into the right hand now. Both hips, both shoulders are going to stay grounded as you let that leg come out towards the right. Good. If you want something extra, you can tug in towards that shoulder. Again, so if your left hip is popping up, your right leg is out too far, lift it up a little bit till that left hip can be grounded. Good. Inhale. Exhale, coming back center. Good. Left hand comes to the right straps. And then when you're ready, you can arc that leg over. Left leg will be long here. Long leg or a bend in the knee. Find your sweet spot if you're taking this one. We're taking that leg over, keeping leg in line with the hip. Right shoulder grounded, maybe looking to the right. Breathe and expand. Inhale, exhale, take it back to center. Good, and then from here, just removing that foot from the strap, taking the knees into the chest, rock side to side here. Good, so from here, we're gonna do a counting down relaxation. So you can have a bend in the knees, you can let everything flop open here, rolling shoulders back. I'm gonna put a bend in my knees here. Good, and we're gonna count backwards here. Think about really letting go. Take some big, deep inhales and some let it all out exhales. And 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 5 big, deep breaths here. Choose the stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of fingers and toes. Choose stillness or taking knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifted into a full body hug. And choosing stillness or extending legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex through the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for you in this moment. And then whenever you're ready, carefully pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, maybe the same one you started with, or maybe a different one. And I'm gonna bring my blanket back in here. Good. Finding that nice tall sit again, ears, shoulders, and hips, zipping up from the pubic bone to behind the navel. Noticing how you feel now versus when we first started. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, and lengthen nice and tall, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Reconnect with that intention you made for yourself one more time. And then when you're ready, we'll take our thumbs to our forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you have a wonderful day or evening ahead. May you always know and receive compassion. Namaste.